Chris.
How are you?
I'm feeling great.
That's
now that I
good.
saw you, I feel better.
That's so sweet. First of all, you get paid to gas me up, bro, because every time I see you, it's so good. I really appreciate that.
Look, I was going to say, every time I see you, I'm always like, but when I saw you, I got better.
No, because I remember when we first met, delivering my fourth baby. And y'all were so sweet to me. And I remember y'all always saying, like, will you just look forward to your appointments and you coming in? No, but honestly, y'all don't understand, like, how much just being around y'all and, like, the care that y'all put into your patients is phenomenal.
See, it come from the heart.
Yeah.
You got to be passionate about type of stuff like that. Yeah, that's where it come from.
That's cool.
And y'all.
Yeah.
And you see, you still got that effect on me, so it's like.
That's so sweet.
It ain't toxic.
So I know last time we talked about so much. And just with everything that I've been going through and just life in general, it's been so much focus just about bettering myself, you know? And the times that we have talked, you know, you were talking about nursing school and just how you got into midwifery, you know? So just walk me through that, how that came about.
So it all started when I had my daughter 6 years ago. She grown now. First of all, I did not know what midwifery was. I was like, I'm seeing these people on the internet having these babies. They were not people of color, but me being me, I'm just like, I'm gonna keep digging because I want to know what this is.
Right.
Luckily, I was in the environment at the time to like have access to it, so I took advantage of it. We had just got midwives at my job, and I was just like, well, I'm pregnant. Let me try it.
So where were you working? Were you working at Choices then?
I was a receptionist at Choices. Actually, rewind. I was actually one of the patient advocates, and then I moved up to being a receptionist. And that year, we got midwives.
Okay.
So like I was saying, you know, I'm like, shoot, I'm pregnant. I'm going to OB. You know, these appointments kind of boring. Let me see what this about. So I just took the initiative to go ahead and ask them about it, and then I just became a patient. A wonderful experience. The same experience that you got, I'm pretty sure I got some of that too. Like, it has never changed. If it did change, it got better. So I ended up, you know, getting to midwifery when I had my baby at home. Man, that experience was like something I had never imagined. And it really had an effect on me to the point of me saying, hey, I want to do this work. So one of my doulas, she introduced me to the doula training. I was just like, okay, do I want to do this? I don't know. Did it anyway because it was a gift to me from one of the midwives. She paid for me to attend the training. It was a 3-day training, if I'm not mistaken. Did that. And then I remember just being scared. I was just like, well, what do I do when I'm done? Like, how do I get into this? Seeing all these powerful people around me, I'm just like, how do y'all get good at this? But the one thing I can say is when I did get into it, I realized that this is not something I actually want to do. I said, I want to get deeper into it. I want to see these babies come out. Like, I want this to be like my everyday thing. So started researching, found out that there were midwife assistants. There's a midwife in Mississippi, Tony Hill. I don't know if you know about her.
I think I saw her information when I was looking for a midwife at the time. So I think I know you're talking
She's
about.
a Mississippi midwife. She's a traditional midwife, if I'm not mistaken.
What does that mean?
So she basically learned how to do midwifery underneath a senior midwife.
Okay.
So there are different routes to it. You can go to school. You can be an apprentice. You can sit for the NARM test. It's different routes.
Okay.
And I strongly believe that she did hers by working under a senior midwife.
Okay.
Because one thing people forget is that midwifery is old. Like, people been having babies at the house for years.
Right.
It just got taken from us. So I did her training. And man, I was just like, I actually like this. And also being in the room with all those other women that liked it too.
Right.
So we all started connecting. And I was just like, this is a thing. And luckily, I was blessed enough to be in that same environment. The same midwife that helped deliver my baby is the same midwife that needed an assistant.
Wow.
And I just tagged along.
Yeah.
It's like it came naturally. I knew what to do. The training did help me because, you know, certain midwives do certain things. So you got to know, like, what they need and adjust to it. But learning it was not hard. It was kind of like, it came natural to me. So that's how I started learning this work, you know. Yeah. It's beautiful.
It really is.
It's words literally cannot explain it. Like, I'm sure you know.
No, for sure.
You've done it twice, so it's kind of like, dang.
Exactly.
So that's how I got into that.
Yeah.
you know, with nursing school, I was just like, oh, I'm going to be a nurse midwife.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, tried that. And now I'm at the point in life where it's just like, what's for you is for you, sis.
Right.
Like, if it's not working, figure something else out. Like, no one said that you have to be a nurse.
Exactly.
And part of me maturing and being an adult is figuring out, like, hey, it's not working.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Just
if it
find
come back
another
to
route.
you, yeah, find another route. Maybe it's not the time. So,
and I get that, you know, just what you were talking about earlier about how everything seemed to just flow perfectly in one section of your life, and now things are kind of having to take a different route. And something that's been on my mind heavy is just God's timing, man. And just how we always have a plan. It's always something that we're striving toward, which is a good thing. You want to set goals for yourself, and you want to be as specific as possible so you can know where you're trying to go.
right.
But if things just aren't working and things just aren't meshing, you have to kind of just sit to yourself and see what is it that God wants you to do.
True.
So often we just move and just go and just go.
Yep, that's true.
And he constantly trying to redirect you to go somewhere else. And you just like, nah, go this way. And it never works out.
Never. It's funny that you said that because I made a post the other day on Facebook and I said, what did I say? I said something to the extent of like, every time I try to go the other direction, I trip up and get pushed back to square one. It's just like I'm constantly going against what he said I need to do.
And you know, it's
just
crazy because it's easy to talk about it when you're not in it.
Yep.
Because, you know, personally, with everything that's been going on in my life, my kid's dad, I can honestly say the 11 years that we were together, and I look back at it, it feels like everything was forced. Like literally everything that could be a red flag, people talking about you shouldn't do this, people really trying to give me good advice and sound counsel. It's just like I'm purposely trying to go a different way because you think that's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
You know? And sometimes what God gives us doesn't look like what everyone else gives us.
True.
Especially doesn't look like what we give ourselves. You know, I would never imagine I'll be here with 5 kids.
A good mother though.
I mean,
They taken care of.
They clean, they fed, you know, doing something right.
They can't complain.
No, for real, it's amazing though how we'll get redirected.
True.
And it's a scripture that talks about that, specifically how his thoughts are not our thoughts and his ways are not our ways. Isaiah 55, 8 through 9. And just knowing that, of course, he wants the best for us.
Right.
But a lot of times when we're trying to navigate through things, purposely trying to go through nursing school, knowing that maybe that's not where he wants us to go, trying to stay in relationships that don't benefit us because we feel like it's supposed to look a certain way, he'll make things more painful than they have to be for you to actually realize what it is he's trying to show you, you know. Because I know
funny.
when you were talking about nursing school before, when we talked about it, you mentioned like how discouraged you were because you didn't. Was it a test that you didn't pass, or I don't know how that works?
I got dismissed my first
Okay.
semester. I kind of felt it coming. I was just like, but no, it really came. And I was just like,
Yeah.
okay. And then the blockage that I kept getting, those were the signs. Like I just was like, no, I'm keep trying. No, it was like you coming into these blockages for a reason.
And it's different with just quitting something,
Yeah.
and just knowing when maybe it's just not it, you know.
Yep. And with accepting it all, even me trying again, like I even tried to go back again.
Yeah.
And this last time, it was like a no.
Wow.
And I was like, this my last no. Like, apparently this is a no for a reason. Like, maybe I'm supposed to be doing something else.
Right.
But it's like, what is it something
What
else?
is it? Because you do everything.
Ooh, don't get me started.
First of all, let's
Like,
talk about these braids you be doing.
Listen,
Yeah.
that's literally why I made the post the other day. Of like, every time God trying to put you in direction of doing what he needs you to do and you get pushed back. It was after I did a client's head. I'm just like, bro, when you get done and these people be looking in the mirror and they smiling and cheesing,
No, for real,
and you
because
like,
essentially you're doing the same type of work.
true.
You know, you're healing somebody.
That's true.
A lot of people really sleep on how much our hairstylists and barbers are like therapists to us.
That's true. Because it real did be like a therapy session. Like,
yeah.
we talk.
Because you really know
advice.
everybody's business.
True.
And we really trust that you're not going to run around and tell my business.
And I feel like that's why people keep coming back. They're just like, you that person I know. I'm going to sit down. We're going to have our girl talk. You're going to do my hair. And I'm going to get out of here.
And that's genuinely who you are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Because I felt that immediately. When I tell you the way, like, y'all literally were a part of me getting back to myself.
That's true.
Because
I remember.
that last pregnancy wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I tried almost everything I could legally to make it not be.
Yep. I remember.
You know, and she's here, healthy, beautiful baby. And I'm so glad that God made it to be where she is here. So I'm grateful for that. But honestly, if I wasn't able to just talk to y'all.
I remember them couch sessions.
Oh my God. Legs.
Yeah.
Like it's so comforting to have people around you that, you know, we were talking before about you might not talk to you every day. I might not see you all the time. But I know that when we do link and we talk, it's so genuine.
I know.
And it's so comforting because you really never know what somebody's going through.
You don't.
And I didn't really understand that for real until I started going through like 3 years of just.
And we would have never known.
Right.
Don't nobody say nothing.
I was going to work every day.
Yep.
My kids were still clean and still healthy.
Coming in smiling.
And it was just like my mind was just in shambles.
And believe it or not, like when you are a person like that, people like me, we look up to that like, dang, how's she able to still maintain?
I mean, I guess it's like a gift and a curse.
I guess so.
But honestly, being able to maintain, it's not something that I just have. Honestly, being able to talk to people like you.
Yeah.
You know, y'all were really booking me appointments outside of actual medical appointments. You was just like, okay.
Just so you can come in.
Just come in at 9 o'clock.
To see you.
And we can just talk. I needed that, you know. So it's moments like that. I guess it's people being able to take value and find value in moments like that.
That's true.
Because I didn't have to take y'all up on it. A lot of times, especially with pride, I didn't realize how prideful I was until those moments came. And I was like, y'all really need somebody to talk to.
That's true. And I'll never forget, like, all of us were in the room. I think.
Like, I've
Talita
talked to everybody.
We all just
like,
sitting around like we
there.
at our grandma's house chilling.
It was like some of the women that were working there, I didn't even know them.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, I know y'all don't know what's going on.
But I'm finna pull it out.
But y'all got to listen to this.
I got to lay it out for you. I remember.
For real. So
Ever since that day.
Yeah.
I still feel like he's just been like.
It's been up from there for sure.
It's just
and I'm so
nonstop.
grateful for that.
Man.
But it's like knowing that everything happens for a reason. And that the timing that God has for us and wherever we're going, like I really felt like I was doing something wrong. You know, I felt like I was being hurt on purpose. And it wasn't even necessarily like somebody was doing something to me.
Right.
Like, yeah, I was done wrong, but there were things that I had to own up to about myself and things that I had done that you can't put a time limit on payback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
And that's real childish and immature for us to think like, yeah, granted, I might not have been the woman that I played the part to be 10 years ago. And now that I am, I expect you to just look past who I was then.
Right.
But it's like at some point in time, accepting God's judgment and knowing when someone's doing you wrong, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would just drug it out way too long. Like, just stop.
See, I'm proud of you for saying that, though, because it's kind of like some people will still keep dragging it on.
No,
like,
because people like you and it's okay. Y'all will get back together.
I couldn't help
Y'all love each other so much.
Because I'm a sucker for love. It's kind of like, dang,
And
no.
you witnessed us go through moments, you know, with childbirth. That a reflection of who a person is in those moments where, as a woman, you can't be any more vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's like y'all literally know me from inside out. Like there's
Literally.
nothing about me that you haven't seen. So it's just like having him there both times and knowing that there is a genuine connection there that there was, you know. So I can see how from the outside looking in, it can look like, oh, it's just a moment. It's just something y'all will get through with.
Yeah.
But being able to realize, like you said, even with nursing school, having to honestly realize that this is just not it.
And for a moment, I was just like, dang, I'm slick embarrassed because folks gonna be asking me like, what you doing next?
Yeah.
Like I literally tried to go to school and register for IT. So I was like, if this don't work, I'm gonna do the next thing that I'm interested in.
Right.
I got baggage from that. I'm just like, Lex, what's going on? Like, I'm telling you, I went on the whole cruise. I'm on the cruise. I said I wasn't gonna buy no Wi-Fi charisma. Bought the whole Wi-Fi package just so I can communicate with this instructor. I finally emailed her back. Didn't hear nothing.
Yeah.
Finally got an email back because work is like, hey, what you doing? What we need to do? Like, what we doing with your schedule? What's this? What's that? I'm like, let me try to talk to her and see what's going on, right? Man, this lady emailed me back and she's like, I have bad news. We're not gonna have an instructor for the night classes. I'm just like, what? Yeah. No, it was the day classes. I'm looking like, you couldn't have called me and told me this. Like, I'm all excited. You tell me I'm starting school Monday.
Wow.
And I'm just like, okay, Lex, here's another thing. It's not happening. Emailed her back and was like, I'll take the night classes if they're available. You think I heard anything back? Wow. Got in the salon Saturday. I'm just like, dang. Real deal, just set my own schedule. Made my client happy. She tipped me double. Taking my baby to Target.
I was just gonna ask, like, do you think there are times where you may not show enough gratitude for what you are able to do?
Probably so.
You know?
But it's kind of like, I'm trying to navigate to find the way to be happy about what I'm doing. It's like, dang, God, you blessed me with this talent. I'm like, some days I don't even want to use it. But when I do use it, I'm just like, dang, that look good.
You're always blessed from using it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I asked her, I looked at her, I said, what's this for? She kind of like pushed me off. I'm just like, okay. But the benefit of it was, my baby, she grew overnight. She didn't do shoes. Girl, you just made well over what you charge. Go buy your baby some shoes and whatever else you need. Yeah. You know, I got one thing after Target, but it's cool. But she got what she needed. Exactly. And I'm just like, you have the ability to do what you want to do. I may not be a full-time braider, but I could be. Yeah. Even if I don't become a full-time braider, I have the blueprint to teach other people how to do the same thing that I do. And I'm constantly trying to figure out, how can I do this? I'm like, you say you want financial freedom. You say you want more family time. You say you want to be able to get up and go when you feel like it. Right. Take what you know how to do and use it. So that's another thing as far as like God's plan and versus your plan. Like, I'm still trying to figure it out.
You just got to make sure that with everything that you do, realizing that that's your gift. Yep. And really being grateful for that being your gift. Because a lot of times we look at other people's gifts. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And it feels like our gift isn't as good.
And I do that. I'm very guilty. Like, I can see somebody in their scrubs and I be like, dang, I thought that was going to be me.
I get that.
Then on the other time, I'm just like, girl, do you really want to save somebody's life? Come on, Lex. Are you sure about that? You overthink if the sky is freaking blue. Like, come on.
No, seriously. Like, that's honestly, I love helping people and just being connected to people on a different level. But I could not see myself being a nurse. See? Oh, my goodness.
I just have to get out that phone call being like, dang, that could have been me. But it's people like you and other people around me just like, but you're doing this, and this.
Yeah, you got so many
That's
talents.
What you're good at.
Even with your business, with the... Like, is it crafts that you can say you make? Like, what is it? Because I never know what to tell people.
Look, people like, I don't know.
Like, she make puzzles and name signs, you know?
It's just literally customs. Like,
yeah, okay.
That's pretty much it. Wood customs, acrylic customs. I'm still trying to find that little...
Looks so good. Y'all, listen. I got 2 signs made for her. And first of all, you are really undercharging us. And if I had the money to pay you what I feel like you owed, I would give
But I feel like you pay me back with your everyday chime-ins, everyday words of encouragement. So we ain't worry about that.
Thank you.
I do undercharge.
But it's so good, Lex.
I know this. It's just, I feel like we're stuck in an environment where it's like people are afraid to charge what they're worth. And I might not be around the people who actually do charge what they're worth, and they're not afraid to do so. Right. Maybe I need to consider being around some real bosses that gonna tell you either you're gonna pay this invoice or you're gonna move along. Like, that could be it. I don't know.
And don't feel bad about, because honestly, people are gonna pay for what they want to pay for.
That's true.
I mean, come on, being a woman, you know how much money we spend on the most ridiculous things
every single time. And here I am talking about some. I'm finna convert to a minimalist lifestyle. I'm still gonna do it, but it's like
I can encourage you a lot of things. I can't talk to you about nothing like that because I'm gonna be extra. I'm gonna buy everything I can see.
But see, that's a part. Listen, that's a part of doing some of that reading and groundwork. You gotta figure out, like, hey, do I really need this?
No, for sure.
Is bringing me joy?
I've seen stuff about that.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm really into that thing. Hopefully, it'll help me calm down and just figure it out.
Because I've always wanted to stay in a tiny house.
You know I want one.
That's so sweet.
Just go and get your tiny house community and I'll move in.
I'm finna say, but my house, it can't be tiny.
It can. But you're gonna no. Listen, okay. I binge watch all these shows, and people do it all the time. I don't know about 5 kids, but you can make your tiny home yours suitable for you and your children. You know what I'm saying? So yes, you can. Yeah. Who made the regulations for a tiny house?
Yeah, it's true.
So you'll be like the first mom.
The little bitty ones.
The little big ones. See?
So cute.
And get your little barn door or whatever. And then you get you some stairs to go up to the top part, because if you think about it, the more up you go, the more space you'll have.
See, the thing is, my kids, they play too much. Somebody gonna get off their ledge.
Yeah, you're right. But moving back to you asking me about doing the 50 million thing, you know, it's actually overwhelming. Yeah. Some days I wake up and I'm just like, this not what you want. But then other days I'm scrolling on Instagram, because you know that's where all the stuff go down. It's just like, girl, these people out here literally making money doing their own thing. Yeah. Literally every single day.
And a bunch of little things.
So many little things.
It doesn't have to be one main thing.
The problem is me being afraid to leave that security. Yeah. I got a full-time job, insurance, benefits. What you gonna do without it? And then I'm just like, you'll never know.
I mean, honestly, because I did that. You know, just the whole premise of just waiting on the Most High. Not just about the time of waiting, but dropping all the weight. And, of course, my relationship with my kid's dad and work. I quit my job. Yeah. I had been talking about it for a long time. But when I did it, it's like nobody really believed that I was going to do it. And I wasn't prepared to. Now that I'm looking back, I probably shouldn't have just up and quit. But it really gave me the drive and the perspective that I needed to really get to where I wanted to be. Just even outside of career-wise, just in life in general, about cutting ties with things and really taking those risks and betting on yourself. That's a major part of it, Lex. You got to really take what people feed you, the things that I say or whoever else is speaking life into you, and use it for yourself, you know? Oof. And that's the thing. I know you seem like you real hard on yourself for no reason at all.
I'm super hard on myself because the ultimate goal is to be able to provide my child with the things that I wasn't able to have. Yeah. You know, life wasn't hard, but it was kind of like,
it was more difficult at times than it had to be.
Like, I want more. She asked me for this, I want to be able to do it. That trip you want, I want to be able to I want to take you. Like, she asking for a cruise now. I'm like, okay, how many heads can I do to get the money for another cruise? I'm like, shoot, if you advertise enough, you can probably do it in a week. Yeah. But you still stuck on this full-time job that you got, and it's literally holding you back. Yeah. Along with the other 50 million jobs you got. If you put them together, you can take 6-7 cruises if you want to, but it's just me holding myself back. Yeah. And needing that stability and security. So,
well, I pray you're able to let go of that mindset, you know.
And I pray every single day. It's like once I became an adult, like an adult,
you realize how necessary that is.
Different in the shower.
Oh my goodness, girl! Don't get me started.
You in here looking ugly.
Because first of all, my kid is so rude and intrusive. Yeah. I can't even. I'm like, listen, I've gotten to the point now though. Nighttime, like, listen, 7:30.
You like, go to bed.
Go lay down. I don't care what's going on. Yeah. I don't care how much fun you're having. Yeah. Go lay down. Because I've learned that I need that time.
You do.
And for myself, and so I can make sure that I'm having time with God. Right. Because we get so busy. We do. And we do leave him out all the time.
Every single time.
You know, so valuing those moments to where you're able to just really tune in and have a conversation with God and really just like, look, figure this out.
Man. And then I learned last weekend, like, if you're not putting it on paper, what is it?
Yeah.
You just speaking it. No, you need to write it down.
So I've started doing it a lot. And the affirmations and the things that I tell myself, because I've never really talked bad to myself.
Yeah, I can't see that either in you.
But I've never talked good to myself.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's just like, and my mom really spoiled me a lot as a kid. I was the only child until I was 17. So anytime that I was hurt, I didn't feel like doing anything, she's like, just don't do it. It's okay.
Yeah.
And I remember one time, because I played a lot of sports as a kid, I played basketball. I wasn't that good.
You sound like me.
I was just really tall,
That
you know?
was me too.
So I would stand guard, you know, catch all the rebounds. I'm there for all that. But I can't dribble. And I remember I wanted to quit. I'm like, there's no point in me being out here if I really can't get the ball down like that. And the coach would not let me quit. And my mom was so mad. She was like, that's my baby. She don't feel like doing it. She don't. We can go. And I was like, no, I'm going to stick it out, you know. And that moment, I was like 6th grade. So those times I really go back to when I feel like I just don't feel like doing something or I'm not feeling as encouraged as I should be. And speaking those things into myself, remembering that there was times that before now I felt like I couldn't do something.
Right.
And I was able to do it.
That's true.
And I try to tell my kids that because they talk so mean to each other sometimes. And I'm like, you have to speak life into each other, speak life into yourself.
Right.
And I think that's something that I've learned from my previous marriage and moving forward. I don't think I ever really spoke life into that.
Right. I get what
you know, you just go through the everyday thinking that everything's fine. And we do that with ourselves. We think that we're okay. We're not.
It's the reality.
We're all bonkers up there.
That's true.
And it's like you just take some time to figure that out. And speak their life into yourself. And with speaking life into ourselves, I would like to end our episode with affirmations.
Okay, I got my affirmations. You got
And yes, so I want you to lead the affirmations.
Okay.
Tell me what to say, and I'll repeat after you. And we'll use that to meditate on throughout the week.
Okay. So I have mine in my phone.
Okay.
A little clumsy. All right. Let's get those pulled up.
I try to do that with my kids. And it's so funny because I've been doing it for a while with them, all because of the help. You is kind. You is smart. You is important. When she said that to that little white baby, I said, oh, my God. Because kids need to hear that.
They do.
You know what I'm saying?
Every single day.
And when we get done praying at night, I say those, literally what she say in the movie.
Exactly
I
how
say
she
this.
say. You going to feel this.
And it's I notice a difference in their attitudes when we have conversations like that and when I encourage them to do that to each other, you know. So I think it's important for us as adults to do that for each other and for ourselves. Okay. So, yeah.
Okay. So for the rest of the week, I want you to know that as charisma, you have value.
I have value.
You are enough.
I am enough.
And you are one of a kind.
And I am one of a kind.
Girl, you better say that in the shower. Say
I
it in the
love
mirror.
that. I
say
love
it.
that.
Speak it. Please.
You have to say it to yourself, not just to me.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I have value. I am enough. And I am one of a kind.
Good. I love you, Lex.
I love you more.
Thank you so much.
Like we should have just been sisters. But
we should have been. Because we kind of look alike. Because you already know. They already say all us dark-skinned girls and pretty teeth, we look alike. Might as well be.
I guess so.
I'm not mad at it.
You from Mississippi?
I got family in Mississippi though, for
real.
we
might be related then.
You never know. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And thank y'all for joining.
Yes.
Have a great day.
Bye.